lot of ways to do density. I think we're all familiar with the towers as the way to do that in the downtown. The problem is that that's okay probably for the downtown, which is about 5% of the land area. It gets a bit more problematic when you leave the downtown, and the dominant building type in the surrounding areas is mostly bungalows, and certainly less than 2 stories tall in most cases. So it becomes problematic to put a tower in next to that kind of a structure. So for that and other reasons, we've been recommending gentle density infill in existing neighborhoods and turning single-family homes into appropriately, I think, at least 3 dwelling units, but potentially 3, 4, 5, and 6 family dwelling units. Secondly, and in addition to that gentle infill in the residential neighborhoods, we're also strongly recommending fairly substantial increases in the number of housing units built along the arterial streets. In a recent examination that we did, it turns out you can probably add well over 200,000 housing units just along arterials in our streetcar and bus routes in buildings no more than 4 stories tall. So you don't need to go beyond 4 stories to get that kind of density. You know, the statistics are that if the higher the density, the less the greenhouse gases. That's true. And so don't take anything away from the tower form for that perspective, but there's a number of problems with the towers that are not often addressed, and one is that the cost per square foot in terms of dollars is quite a bit higher than low-rise wood frame, and concrete and steel and glass construction has a bigger ecological footprint than does wood frame construction. So when you factor that in, it's a not insignificant feature. The other point I'd like to make is that yes, high-rises are, by many measures, more ecological than other forms. But when you already have an existing city like Vancouver and like our region that's already built, it's what are your choices? You're going to leave those neighborhoods completely the same and not improve them? And so adding density to existing neighborhoods always improves their performance, or almost always, once you reach a critical mass. And the other issues that I was addressing is it's very important to create new affordable housing opportunities in those neighborhoods. And the existing housing stock in those neighborhoods is simply unaffordable. No one can afford $1.5 million for a single-family home bungalow now, certainly not unless they intend to rent out at least 2 dwelling units in it as apartment units, and the numbers start to work out much better if it's even 3 dwelling units that they can rent, or you have a strata title situation where that previously one single-family home lot turns into 4 condominium units or something like that.